Another sad kiln unload. Even worse than last time, so that's fun. I have a market on Saturday, and that is not what I needed to happen. But I'm gonna try and sand the ones that I can, and then head back home to price and input everything. This market is like 150 vendors, no, maybe 4 or 5 hours long. It's probably my biggest market ever, and I wasn't planning for that, so this is not the kiln load that I needed to happen, but I will fix what I can, and I will see you at home. Thank you so much for being here. I, yeah, hope it's a great market, even though I lost maybe like 12 pieces in this kiln unload, so that's fun. Not fun. Hello, good morning. It is Friday, November 15th, the day before my market. I was sitting at my desk and I look over and the light is really nice right here. So I think I'm going to try and take a little group photo of all the pieces that I pulled out of the kiln yesterday to put on Instagram. Maybe I'll make it a reel. Maybe I'll just make it a little swipey of like what's to come tomorrow. But I want to do that now, and then I can do the individual photos of everything. I did pick out the mystery mugs that I want to put in the bags and give a little identity, and then I have everything organized over there so that I can easily weigh, measure, photograph, repeat, and get them all input into my little Notion sheet of what I've made, what the size is, so that way if any of these don't sell, I can put them online and easily input the measurements for shipping and all of that, so I don't have to like do it all right then and there. And I just like to have a nice log of what I've made, how big it ended up being versus how big it was when I drew it, and all that little technical stuff that I know pays off. And I don't want to skip it, because it is an easy thing to skip. It's like I don't have to do that, but it's good when I do. So, gonna move this shelf, make a little photo moment, and then get to photographing the rest of everything else. Thankfully, I will probably have to photograph everything again for my online update, so I'm not going to focus on that. I'll just let that be its own separate thing. And for this, just getting a few shots for Instagram and to put into Square, and that's that. So let's go before the sun keeps shifting. Okay, the pictures are done. I now have all of this plus all of this stuff on my shelves to get into bins, and hopefully it will all fit. I took a couple of videos to post on Instagram, so I'm going to edit that and then get to actually packing everything up. Thankfully, I have an extra bin here that I don't normally need to use, but I think I might with this batch of stuff. And I'm also going to count how many pieces I actually have because I never do that. And it's always nice to know how much you're going in with and how much you come home with. Okay, let's carry on. Hello, I just finished making my reel to post. I'm gonna get a couple of photos to add to it, but it's honestly just a basic little reel, and hopefully it will get the job done. I still have to input all of the pieces into Square, and that's going to take some time, but I'm going to finish getting this up on the internet and then take a walk and then do the rest of the tasks. It's going to be pretty funny to figure out how to get all of this in the car, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to try and have everything packed before my husband gets home at like 4:30. So it is 2:40. That is wishful thinking, but I think I would rather have everything packed up and do the Square stuff later since I have all the pictures and everything and get the car loaded immediately so that I'm just like the hardest part is over with. Yeah. Feeling good. I was gonna load the car, but I just feel like sitting down and knocking out this Square stuff. There's actually a lot more items that I need to create and then like inventory that I need to like add on. And then I gotta input the mystery mugs and the new sale items and just make sure it's all there and all favorited on my iPad for easy checkout. So that's the plan. I will see you tomorrow, because by then the car will be loaded and we will be on our way. I'm very excited. Tonight we're just gonna eat pizza. Our friend's doing a pop-up and it's gonna be great. Silo season 2 comes out. It's the perfect evening for that, so we can just veg. I am hopefully going to finish this before my husband gets home. It's 3:30 now. I can do this in 30 minutes. Hello. It is now Monday. Yesterday I rested and organized and cleaned everything in my apartment so that today I could possibly get back to throwing because the markets do not stop. I can't believe how well Saturday went. It was such a good event, like organization wise, crowd, setup, tear down, all of that stuff was great. Honestly, if it just would have been like 5 degrees cooler or maybe a couple more clouds, I would have had no complaints. But I definitely had like the best sales day that I've had thus far this year. At this one market, I made more than I did at my 3 markets last month. So that was really nice. I think that bringing my sale items was a really great idea. Most of that stuff I've truly just been sitting on my shelf, or it's been like in my pop-up shop or at one of the other places that I sell my stuff at, and it just like hasn't sold. Took a couple bucks off everything and the people loved it. So I'm really glad because now I don't have I'm not carrying that stuff around anymore. And that was like a really big success. I sold a couple mystery bags. I do think my fault with those was I put them too high on the shelf. I should have had them more eye level, but I'm glad that I sold a couple of them. And my 2-table setup was successful, and especially since I was on like a corner, so this was like a walkway and this was a walkway, so I had some stuff like facing out this way and then some stuff facing out and then some stuff like just facing the inside of the tent. And I think having the stuff facing outwards was helpful because people were walking past and we were kind of near all of the food vendors, so we got a lot of traffic, which was really great. And there were a couple of times where I was like backed up packaging people's orders up, and that was so cool. I did do a giveaway and I didn't even put paper out for people to enter their email address until like 2 hours into the event, but I do have to ship out the cups for that, so that was a good idea as well. I think that if it happens again, I would do it. I think that I'm glad that I chose to do this one over the Pottery Festival, just because the Pottery Festival would have been a 2-day event and I would not have had enough stuff for a 2-day event. And this one, even though it was like the first time that it's ever happened, I'm glad I like took the risk to do it because I do think like it just like aligned like what I'm making with what people were there for. It was cool to like meet like random coffee vendors. Some people came from like other states to do it, so that was fun. Even though I don't drink coffee, it was so cool to just like see everybody's setups and get to enjoy that for a little bit beforehand, because I had like so much time during setup because we had to be there at 7 and it didn't start until 11. So that was a big chunk of time, but I just like slowly paced myself with my setup, and I think I was done maybe like an hour or so early, so we got to walk around and experience some of the actual event. So that was really fun. I think overall, I like really didn't have any complaints, minus like the weather. It could have just been like 10 degrees cooler and that would have made it the perfect day. Sales were great. This cup, which I need to make more of today, was like the first to go. I only have one left and I don't even remember how many I brought, but it was definitely like the most picked up and the most purchased. And my sale items, I think, were the only thing like above like those. I sold 47 items, which is wild. I think at my last few, I've sold like between 7 and like 15. So that's crazy, especially since this one wasn't really that long of an event. I did purchase this bowl from another vendor that was there, and I'm obsessed with it. It's the perfect yogurt bowl, and I can't wait to eat my breakfast in it. So overall, great market. I still have 3 more before the year ends. I definitely feel a little overwhelmed by that fact and don't really know how I'm going to make much more stuff before all of those, but I'm going to figure it out. And I've already told myself that 2025 will be the year of less is more, because I have said yes so many times now that I just don't want to say yes anymore. So I'm backing out of my pop-up shop. I am not doing my wonky tonk next year, and I'm just going to focus on my consignment shops and making stuff for markets when I want to attend them, and putting stuff in my online shop. So I think eliminating having to like have places stocked with like 20 plus pieces will help me, and will just allow me to like kind of get back to a more simpler way of working. So thank you so much for hanging out. I hope this was fun. I feel so much better today than I did yesterday. And I'm just glad that I made that little recognition yesterday. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, I woke up yesterday morning and was like, I haven't written in a while. Let me write. Wrote it all down. What's bringing me joy? What's not? And it was that simple to be like, I don't have to do these things if they're not helping me, like, financially as much as they should be, or even like emotionally as much as I want them to be. Let's knock it out and put that energy towards something else that I like really care about. So that is what's happening. We'll talk more about that later. I hope you have a great day. And yeah, just thanks as always for watching. See you next time.